this week. For those of you that are either new here or watching this in replay, I would like to invite you over to hobotech.com. You can check out my past broadcasts through my blog. Or if you'd like to be there for the live broadcast, you could be there at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you would like to get into the green room, which is like we have a video meeting software. It's kind of like Zoom, but it's private. You don't record on it. There's no recording or anything else like that allowed. It's a private conversation. We get to talk for about a half hour before the live stream, and then about a half hour after the live stream. Sometimes it goes longer. It depends upon the conversation that we're having and stuff like that. But if and then you also have the ability to kind of do some other things there too. But if you'd like to come on over to hobotech.com and view the live broadcast at 5:30, or you could show up to the green room at 5 o'clock. It's through my Patreon membership. What's up, Grit and Grace? The Farming Floors. Hey, what's up? Nice to see you, Grit and Grace. That's good. So it's been a long day. I did a lot of research. Today's broadcast was like, I've been trying to get it up to like 2 or 3 hours, but it may not be able to go that long. Not as a solo broadcaster. I mean, it could if I did more opinionated stuff, but I've been doing a lot more. What you call it? A lot more in depth. So like today we talked something that I find that's very interesting. Did you guys know that the United Nations has a global digital compact that is allowing that is setting the stage for AI governance and global governance? So and the way that they're doing it is underhanded. It's through policy, it's through think tanks, it's through all kinds of other stuff, so that nobody has to be elected. It gets done, gets policy, hands down, it's participation requirements, all this other stuff. And then there was an article out of New Orleans where they're starting to use facial recognition software. They've got tons of cameras out there. The police officers are getting alerted in their cell phones. Like whenever there's a facial match and it catches them on camera, they'll get notice, and then they'll come in there and do all that. What's up, B? Nice to see you. And so that's just kind of the way what we talked about today. It took a while. I may sound a little bit drained, but that's just because I put all of my energy in the first broadcast. This is here for you guys just to say hi, invite you to come check out my survival broadcast over on hobotech.com. What's up, Reset? Nice to see you. So, there's a lot of different things that's going on, and it's kind of very concerning because I knew that one day there would come a point when there was like a point of no return. They call it the singularity, the point where you're the point that you reach when you finally reach the point of no return. It just starts growing and growing and growing, and we're like that. And digital surveillance and the echo chambers are about to get a lot worse. Just to kind of give you guys an idea of some of the things that you should be looking at. I shared my opinion along with my research over on hobotech.com. You guys can. What's up, Glenna? What's up, Fox? You guys could come over there and check it out and stuff like that. I don't know. Anyways, you guys. We've been talking like yesterday. If you came over to the blog, we talked about. We talked. It's Constitutional Monday, and we were just talking about some court cases. So in case you guys don't know, the Trump v. Trump v. Casa is is going on. Essentially, it's a fight over the birthright citizenship, the anchor baby policy, and stuff like that. So we dove into the history of that. We dove into right now, like platforms are in. What's up, Fox? What is it? There was a. There's a case going on right now to decide like to what level is the government allowed to influence censorship on the local level. But if you understand what we talked about today, it doesn't really matter about a lot of that stuff, because as it becomes policy and things like that, unless people are willing to challenge it, it's never gonna really turn into something too major. So hold on a second, I got some tea brewing. So for all of my new fans, if you go down into the description, you'll find a link to my shop, and you can get one of these cups if you'd like it. It's called Feelings Aren't Facts. Um, yeah, there's shirts and all kinds of other stuff that you can do, but this is one of my favorite. We're not running a contest this month. Last month, hey, what's up, Patriot? Nice to see you, buddy. I ain't seen you in a while. That's the Haps cap. Just there's just a lot of stuff going on. Right now, just so that you guys understand what's going on, and when you start seeing a lot of your favorite creators either deplatformed or deplatforming themselves voluntarily, especially those that you really, really like, because as policy gets implemented and infrastructure gets built, all it does is gives them an opportunity to scale. What's up, Lamb? Um, okay. What's up, Doc? Nice to see you. But we're getting to a point where if you don't own your audience, if you don't pull your audience off platform, so many people talk about freedom, but then they want to go on social media where there is no freedom, and then they want to complain when you say if you really want real freedom, you got to come over to you got to go off of these platforms, a place where you cannot get censored. Even Alex Jones has his, even if he has YouTube channels here, he also has he also has his own platform. So even when they deplatform him off of YouTube, all of his fans know to go to his website, which is Infowars. So that's the I've seen a lot of good channels get deplatformed. Yeah, I know. I found out, I didn't know the Ice Age Farmer got deplatformed. I just thought he stopped putting up videos. I didn't even notice it. I've been listening since 2020 about a lot of the social media censorship and how that's working. I've been hearing a lot of content creators, and I never dismissed it. I just wanted to know more. I wanted to make sure that this wasn't somebody being stupid and going out there and complaining. Is this person actually making a legitimate claim? And over the last couple of years, so when I first started my channel, within the first year, within the first 6 months, I got my first strike. Okay, so the way that first strike ended up working, they were calling CPS on him, and he was getting harassed big time. I've seen a lot of good channels get deported. Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, they can make anything up, and now that identity is only paper deep, that's something else. But anyways, just after I got my strike, about 9 months later, they offered me the opportunity to do what they call a digital re-education camp. And I got to go into the belly of the beast, and I got to see what was really going on. And that's when I realized that these people, the people that have been talking, they've only talked about maybe the tip of the iceberg. It's so much bigger. And that's part of my passion. It's part of what I talked about over on Hobo Talk today. Because the broadcast went longer, I'm gonna have to wait till after this live stream to post it. So if you want to listen to today's broadcast and the replay, usually I put it up right after the show, but because I'm doing a live stream here as well, stuff like that. But I ended up going there, and so what I was saying, what the statement that I made, because in the video, I did two things. I talked about meeting Senator Rick Scott in a McDonald's in Panama City, and his comment to me was, because I was like, why are we trying to go to war with Russia and all this other stuff? Because this is back when it first started. And I'm like, and he's like, well, some people like war. And I thought it was that comment that actually got me censored, because you won't know. They won't tell you. They can't tell you. They're not going to tell you, because if they do tell you, then that admits that there's censorship. And therefore, by admitting to violating your First Amendment right by censoring speech, that's why they don't want to have it public. They have their public list, and then they have their blacklist. And the blacklist is really what you got to worry about. And so yeah, it does. It makes everybody rich, of course. Everybody's going to capitalize on it in a different way. One person makes money on the way up, the next person makes money on the way down. And The thing is that the it turns out that a state health department made a certain, what did it, how do I say this in a nice way? It made certain recommendations about certain things that were going on in the pandemic. Think about what was going on with Andrew Cuomo as he was getting kicked out of office, all the crap he was saying. That's part of the reason why the New York Health Department was saying some of that stuff. And then because I quoted that, it ended up contradicting what the World Health Organization says. And in that digital re-education, I learned that it doesn't matter that it came from a government agency. It matters which government or international agency it came from. And that is the real danger of what's going on to all content creators in all places. Because the truth and the reality is this: it's not it's, you have to look at where the sources for truth are coming from. And then you've got to realize that if you do not go with the narrative, so since the World Health Organization says that we all need vaccines, the vaccines are safe, and everybody should go and get a vaccine. You should do preventative stuff. You need to wear a mask. Don't ask questions. All of that stuff. Then you will get pushed out in the algorithm. But if you contradict any of that, you are throttled back. Now they're talking about shadow banning. It's not shadow banning, okay? Because shadow banning would have to be an actual method. What they're doing is something a lot more underhanded. Now, there have been leaks from social media whistleblowers that have started talking about something called a trust score. That trust score is the same thing as the Chinese social credit score. But this is something that is kept private, not public. This is something behind closed doors that anybody can manipulate at any time. And based upon who they decide is their official narrative source, if you contradict that in any way, shape, or form, as a content creator, what will happen is, let's say you get 10,000 impressions per video, no matter what, whether it's a crappy video or a good video, you're going to get a minimum of 10,000 impressions. Well, uh, now those impressions, because you're no longer trustworthy and they can't trust to put you out in front of the, they can't trust to put you out in front of the, whatchamacallit, the, in front of the public, because you might misinform them, because this is who we say the truth comes from and this contradicts it, so therefore we can't trust you, so therefore instead of pushing you out to the masses, we're just going to kind of keep you down. I've got another channel, but because in order to get monetized on YouTube, you have to use you have to use uh, uh, you have to use your legal name, and therefore it becomes a top level profile, because we're finding out that the DHS through Doge set up an AI surveillance system. We're finding out that Peloton is doing an AI surveillance system. A couple days ago, you guys heard me talk about how we had a U2 plane over here mapping our area. There is no place to hide, no place or anything. If the government wanted to, at this point in time, if they wanted to completely stop any and all crimes and or illegal immigration, they could stop it like that. So now the question is, why don't they? And why haven't they? Flat earthers for Trump. He is one of us. He knows. Okay, that's nice. What's up, Cynthia? It makes both sides. Yeah, okay. But yeah, this is just kind of what's going on with all of this, is that there's a lot bigger picture to look at than there is to sit back and just think small. This isn't just happening on a local level, whether it's a blue state or a red state. It's not happening on a national level, such as the United States government. This is happening all the way at the top of the UN. And give it 5 to 10 years, and we will have a singular government that is ran and automated by AI and overseen by the United Nations, who will no longer be elected diplomats by the people. They will be appointed technocrats by whoever decides to appoint them. So then you've got to ask, what's going to happen to your elected officials? What's going to happen to elections? These are important questions, because if this goes through, if Trump loses CASA, if the digital platforms are allowed to censor, if you have a surveillance that's being authorized after they told us they wouldn't do it to us when we started the summer of protests after George Floyd, after all these things that they kept saying, oh no, we're not going to use surveillance, we're not going to do that. Now that another guy is in power, now another guy is now reinstituting that, or instituting policies or pressures to be able to get these local governments and the dependent municipalities on board with what they want to do, which is now, um, which is now, I don't know. It's underway. It's something that you got to worry about. Yeah, 100% why. Okay. I don't know. I don't know why all of this is happening, but I think that there are forces at play that is beyond just being a rich person. It's not just the wealthy elites. It's the CEOs. It's the think tank president that came from nothing and now wants to, grind an axe with people. It's the common everyday person. And so you guys have heard me talk about how when it comes to um, when it comes to how we treat our rich and our elites within society, we complain about it, but we give them a pass and turn a blind eye. Why? Because we know deep down inside that if we were in that same position, we would do the same damn thing. So they are no better than us, and we are no better than them. They just have the ability to do it for their own personal interest and to be able to do all that stuff. Invisible man, nice to see you, man. I ain't seen you in a while. So, again, come on over to hobotuck.com. And you can also sign up for my daily digest. I'm going to send out tonight's after I'm done putting up the blog. But then I'm going to start releasing it the next morning. When I wake up, I'm going to, or by like 6 o'clock or something like that in the morning. That way you guys get it at a reasonable time. Because I've got to get consistent with my schedule. I know with me, I subscribe to the redacted newsletter, and I like the fact that it's on time, because when I wake up in the morning, that used to be the first thing that I read. I got all my headlines. I got to listen to it. I always liked it because it was centered in my inbox, which is where I start my day. I don't go on to social media. I go into my email, check my messages, make sure I didn't miss any important calls, any important messages, stuff like that. But that's just the way things are. Okay. So, but I think what I want to do is I want to set up something like that, because the thing is, a lot of people are going to be like, I don't want to come to the website, which is fine. So therefore I put it in your inbox. You go check your email every day anyways, to make sure that, you didn't miss anything important, or get a message from a friend or whatever. When I get ready to, I will probably upgrade MailChimp so that I can also include text messages, which will basically send you a link of, hey, new article is up, would you like it? And then just send it out to you that way. So, I mean, I'm working on upgrading it. I've got to start with the skeleton and kind of with what I got on hand. I can't just, go up there and run and do it all the way. But hey, if any of y'all have questions or anything else like that, everything that I do is funded by you, the viewer, just so you guys know. YouTube has throttled me back so much that they've almost squeezed me out. That's part of the reason why I went and built my own platform, because I know that my content is good enough to be able to draw the attention that I used to draw. I think that a lot of the problem is the things that I'm saying it does not like. And it's only going to get worse. So I went and I built my own platform. So the only way that we keep this going is through viewer funding like you, whether it be something in my tip jar or coming on over to Patreon and getting one of the memberships. But eventually, within the next 18 months, I want to completely 100% deplatform from YouTube, other than just posting repurposed content to drive traffic over to my website. So if you want to be a part of my foundation, I'd greatly appreciate it. But that's just kind of the way that things are going. If you want to see my more up-to-date, my more in-depth content, you are going to have to come over to hobotuck.com. That's HOBOTUCK.com. But anyways, yeah, I think doing an hour broadcast takes a lot out of me. We did almost 2 hours today. So and I didn't really, usually I get like an hour to rest. I barely had like 20 minutes to rest between here and there. So if any of you guys got anything you want to say, we want to ask, things like that, what I'm going to do is, okay, I'm going to warn you guys. So let me ask you, let me ask a group of questions. You guys want to go do a perimeter walk around my property? Do you guys want to go do that? And you guys can ask me questions along the way. Or do you just, what do you guys want to do? So if you want me to do a tour of my property as far as the outline goes, type 1. If you don't or don't care, type 2. Okay. So I'd like to know what you guys want, because I can take you guys out there, but I gotta warn you, I'm in the high deserts of Arizona. So we've got high winds and stuff like that. So I know, resist the lizard people. I don't know, man. Those lizards, one time they bite you. Hey, what's up, Matthew? Nice to see you, buddy. I ain't seen you in a while. So Matthew, this week we're going to be doing a nightly live stream to be able to drive traffic to hobotuck.com. But anyways, so we got Bad Joke says 1. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. So we've got 2 people that say that they want to see it. Why not? So hold on. Let me get my shoes on real quick. I'm sure Sam will like to go. So hold on a second. All right. Ugh. You gotta come out with me, Sam? Huh? Okay, so as you guys can see, hold on, let me take this off. And just walk like this. Okay. So as you guys can see, okay, I've been watching some of your older videos where you were outside. It seems like you're moving up a little bit with at least a trailer. Yes, Prometheus. So I had a janitorial business for 6 years. I was really successful on it. So as you guys see this rock line, and as you guys can see how much rocks I have, I live in the high desert. And hey, if you'd like a piece of land out here, I actually have a connection for you. Her name is Stephanie. She's over at openairproperties.net. If you use the promo code FriarTuck, when you send her a contact form in the promo code, she'll give you $50 off of your deposit. If you are wanting to buy multiple plots of land, because she usually sells them 1 acre at a time. She has like a couple of them where there's like 3 acres next to each other or 2 acres next to each other. And so she has the ability to make a special deal only with members of my audience as far as your down payment goes. So you might want to ask her and see what kind of special deal she has for you. But that only applies if you buy multiple pieces of land. So with that being said, yeah, it's like $249 is the doc fee, $100 down payment, $200 a month per acre. I mean, you're not going to beat that price. You're out here. It's a blank slate, as you guys can see. So we're on the edge of my property. So this is, I'll give you guys, so we've got lots of winds that come out here. You got to pour it in your own water. As you see, I've kind of built a little bit of a driveway and been working on it. PS was off. I finally found one of my pegs over here. But Stephanie's link info is in the description of this video. Yes, it definitely is. Stephanie at openairproperties.net. But yeah, if you guys are looking for looking for a piece of land, you want to go off grid, I mean, $200 an acre, you can't beat that. I mean, and she does it in Colorado, Arizona, and Arkansas. But anyways, if you guys are looking for land, that's your connection. But as you guys see, I have this big old slope. Now that right there That is my crown jewel of my front yard. That's what I'm really liking right there. So Samantha, get back over here. So anyways, my property line goes down to, I think we determined it was like right about here. So I found 3 of the 4 pegs. Sometimes people pull them up, but hold on. Let me find. Okay. So yeah, this is the corner of my property. Yeah, that's about right. Right in between the white rock and the bush. So there's a rock there that has white, and there's the bush. So halfway in between that. Sam, get over here now. Let's go. So anyways, we've got this right here. And I mean, the more I walk this land, the more opportunities that I see. That's what I really like about this. Oh crap. As you see, these are juniper trees. And if you ever get a piece of private property, you're going to have to prune them and kind of get them to grow up. That's what you kind of see me doing, so that I can, because either that or they'll just grow completely out and then they rot and then they kind of, yeah, it doesn't really turn out well for them. You should be manicuring them a little bit, because there's not a lot of wildlife that comes out here. But as you see, that right there, like that's a perfect place to sit too. And then you get a view of these plains. That right there, that's what's really pretty. Samantha, Marie. Samantha, come here now. 1, 2. I said get over here. Come here now. You're about to get in trouble. Samantha Marie, get your butt over here now. There we go. I swear she's either losing her eyesight or she's going deaf. Come on, you stay over here with me. Okay. So, no, I'm in Arizona. I don't give away my city, just because I want my own privacy. Like I have a PO box that people can send to and stuff like that. Samantha, what did I tell you? Get your butt over here now. Come here. She likes to go for walks. Sam is a trail dog. So for those of you wondering why she always wanders like this, it's because she's a trail dog. She's used to walking 15 miles a day down a trail and stuff like that. So the wind, so that's north. The wind is coming from the west, so it's going from west to east here right now. We had some overcast, but no rain. We probably get rain maybe once a month, or once every 4 to 6 weeks. Get over here, come on. Yeah, it's kind of hard to whistle in the wind, by the way. But this is my property. This is everything right here. But for an acre, it's not bad. Come here, Sam. Stay over here. I'm trying to teach her, because when I first got her, she liked to stay in boundaries. But as you guys see, I mean, the trailer is over there. So I mean, if you look like right straight there, that should be basically where my acre is. So I mean, an acre isn't as small as it seems. I know a lot of people think that an acre is very it is very small, but it's not really that small once you actually get to walking it. Especially an acre of flat land. Oh my. So, and most of the land that Stephanie has, at least here in Arizona, is flat land. So if you're looking for something like that. But anyways, come on. Anyways, let's see. A surprising number of people who live out of customized ambulances. Yeah, well, I'm not looking to do anything like that. I'm really not. I will probably keep my trailer for about 2 more years, and over that point in time, I want to see if I can get me my own shed built, um, and build a shed out of scrap wood pieces and stuff like that that I can find. Uh, if I had the money, there's a construction site right down the road from me. He was gonna sell me some of his excess materials. I just didn't have the money at the time. So if you look here, just so you know, if you guys buy land out here and you're looking for it, it can be hidden. As you see, so because I kept the GPS had me here and here, but it turns out it was right there. So you got to realize it's going to be about 15 to 20 feet off. So you should give a buffer. Yeah, this top part is where I had the hardest trouble. But you see, as soon as I figured out where my line was, I just started taking some rocks. It doesn't take very long. I mean, see how many rocks are out here? You just basically stack them in a line instead of just letting them be all riddled all over the place. As you see, the wind blows so much out here. That was blown from some neighbor's yard probably miles away. So you think it's like you kind of think, oh man, I need to keep my yard clean. Well, part of what you have to do is what I call a FOD walk, or foreign object debris. Start just going around your property, because a lot of people do. I mean, I have stuff that flies off my tables and out the door and stuff like that. The wind, when it gets a big old gust, it will definitely do a lot. So, okay, I got to get into a sun or some sort of shaded area. Let me, where's my chair? Hold on. I don't know where my chair is. Okay. It's over there. I'm not going to worry about it. I am going to bring a rope in, though. She's going to want to play with that tonight. All right, we are now back in. All right. So, hold on a second here. A big advantage to this location is the price per acre is pretty low. Yeah, it's only like $8,000 an acre. And the price is only going to go up, whether it be through inflation, or excuse me, hyperinflation, or whether it be because all the Californians decide to move here. I mean, we're probably about 6 hours from LA. That's my only concern about this place, but it doesn't seem to be, people seem to want to move to Quartzsite more than they want to move here. So Quartzsite will probably become a much bigger city than this is. So that's just something to think about. But for those of you guys that showed up, I much appreciate it. Thank you for being here. If you want to see my most up-to-date content, come over and check out my blog on hobotuck.com. It has the embedded audio along with the with the blog that kind of summarizes what I talk about. But if you want something more in depth. But anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this. I will see you guys tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel.